So now, up to this knowledge, I hope you people in a position to tell which concept is recommended. Either erase concept is recommended or collections concept is recommended to use. Yes, either erase or collections. Yes, most of the students answer is collections is recommended. But if you know the size in advance, highly recommended to go for erase concept only. What is the reason for that? In collections, we are getting growable nature. Yes, based on our requirement, we can increase the size, we can decrease the size. Like we are getting some growable nature. That growable nature, we are not getting it free of cost. We have to pay something. We have to be convinced something. Because of that, we are getting growable nature, right? So what we are getting, what we are paying, or with what thing we are convincing is performance. Very critical, very crucial thing. Best example, let me take one array. Suppose here one array with 10 size. I created one array with 10 size, right? I inserted first element, second element, third element, fourth element, like 10th element. If 11th element is coming, immediately array is going to tell, Durga, I can't provide support. But assume if it is array list. If it is array list. Now, 10 elements we inserted already. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, 9. If the 11th element is coming, is the array list can provide support or not? I am sure array list can provide support, because based on our requirement we can increase or decrease, right? Now make sure how this 11th element is going to be inserted. Don't feel just another cell will be created. Within that, this 11th element is going to be stored. No, it is not the thing which is going to be happen. Once a array list reaches its max capacity, a bigger array list object is going to be created internally. Now, a bigger array list object is going to be created internally. All these 10 elements will be copied. All these 10 elements will be copied, right? And after copy all these things, now the 11th element will be inserted here. 11th element will be inserted and reassign this reference variable to the new object, and the old object automatically eligible for garbage collection. This total cinema just to add one object. Are you getting that? If existing array list contain only 10 objects, no problem. Copying 10 elements, okay, well. Suppose assume existing array list contain 1 crore objects. 1 crore objects. To add 1 crore 1th element, how many element copy is going to be there? 1 crore element should be copied. Suppose today if you are telling, boss, can you please add my element? After 6 months or 1 year it is going to tell successfully inserted, right? That's why collections concept performance wise not up to the mark. If you know the size in advance, highly recommended to go for what? Erase concept, not recommended to go for collections. In collections we are getting growable nature, but the problem here is performance wise collections are not up to the mark. Is it clear for all of you, right? Now this is one difference, another difference between erase and collection. Now with our knowledge, let me summarize all differences between collections and erase, or array and any collection class. Okay, now keep submitting. Differences between arrays and collections. Differences between arrays and collections. Arrays and collections. Okay, now the first point here. If you observe the first point, arrays are fixed in size. Correct or not? Arrays are fixed in size. But collections are growable. in nature. Arrays are fixed in size, collections are growable in nature. Now second point, memory point of view, arrays are recommended or not? Memory wise, arrays are not recommended. Because the problem is, if I created an array with a 10,000 size, but at runtime, only 2 elements I inserted. What about remaining 9,998 memory locations? Waste. So, memory point of view, with respect to memory, arrays are not recommended to use. So, with respect to memory, arrays are not recommended to use. But with respect to memory, collections are recommended to use. With respect to memory, collections are recommended. Because based on our requirement, we can increase the size, we can decrease the size. So only 2 members came. Remaining 9,998 memory locations, by default we can release. That's why with respect to memory point of view, collections are recommended to use. Next up, with respect to performance wise, which one is the recommended? Arrays are recommended or collections? Arrays, performance wise, arrays are too good, but performance wise, collections are not recommended. With respect to performance, collections are not recommended. Okay, this is. So, arrays are fixed in size, memory wise not recommended, performance wise good. Collections are growable in nature. Based on our requirement, we can increase or decrease the size. Next, with respect to memory, good, but performance wise collections are not good. Now, fourth point, arrays can hold only homogeneous data elements. Correct or not? Only homogeneous, but collections can hold both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Okay, this is. Next point here is, it is also very important. Arrays concept not implemented based on some standard data structure. That's why. So, underlying data structure not available. Automatically, readymade method support is not available. Are you getting? Readymade method support. Readymade method support is not available. But what about collections concept? Every collection class is implemented based on some standard data structure. Based on some standard data structure, that's why for every collection, readymade method support is available. For any requirement, happily we can have some readymade method requirement. Being a programmer, we have to use, we are not responsible to implement. Is it clear? Right? Okay, this is. Now, last point. Okay, this point, even we didn't talk up to this. Arrays, we can create int array. We can create integer array. We can create int array, integer array. By using array, we can hold primitives and objects. Again, but what about collections? Collections can hold only objects but not primitives. So here primitives we can hold, and objects we can hold. Primitives and objects. But here what about primitives? Only objects we can hold, but primitives we can't hold. Are you getting? By using arrays we can hold both primitives and objects. But by using collection, we can hold only objects but not primitives. Collection can't be used to store primitives, right? Okay, this is. That's all. These are various important things you should aware related to differences between arrays and collections, right? So, sometimes maybe a chance to ask. So, what is the difference between array and a collection? Or more tricky, he may ask, array and a array list, array and a vector, or array and a linked list. Array and any collection concept, the differences are nothing but these things, right? Okay, this is it clear? First add. So if anyone is going to ask, what is the difference between array and a collection, or array or any collection, these are the differences, right? Sometimes he may ask array and array list, or array and a vector, array and a linked list, array and a tree set. Can you tell what are the differences, right? Then you should be in a position to answer. That's all.